Hello guys, what's up? It is Scott here, and today we're going to be reviewing Lewis Hamilton's 2017 Formula 1 season, of course, the year where he broke many records. And I'm going to be reviewing what I thought was his best moment of the year and what I thought was his worst moment of the year. Now, for his best moment of the year, we have two contenders. The Mexican Grand Prix, obviously, because that was the race where he sealed his 4th World Championship, despite picking up a right rear puncture on the first lap and only finishing 9th. But in my opinion, an even better moment of that season was the Japanese Grand Prix, where he absolutely dominated qualifying, absolutely smashing the Suzuka lap record. Although he wasn't as dominant in the race, he still managed to win. And although he was being under pressure by Max Verstappen at the end of the race, he still managed to win the race and extend his championship lead over Sebastian Vettel from 34 to 59 points. Now, in my opinion, Lewis Hamilton's worst moment of 2017 was the Monaco Grand Prix, where he left his run too late in Q2, meaning Van Dorn crashed. Meaning that by the time he was on a quick lap, Stoffel Van Dorn crashed and he was out of qualifying too. Meaning he qualified all the way down to 14th, but then because of a grid penalty for Jenson Button and his one race return, it meant that Lewis Hamilton was able to start 13th. And in the race, it was somewhat better. He managed to finish 7th in the end, which was his second lowest result. His lowest was obviously the Mexican Grand Prix. And also Monaco was a terrible race for just Mercedes in general, as teammate Valtteri Bottas could only manage 4th. Now, let's review his season race by race. Australia, the weekend started off well when he took pole position, but then in the race he got stuck behind Max Verstappen, meaning when his pit stop period when Sebastian Vettel came into the pits, Vettel was able to jump Hamilton, and Hamilton could only finish the race second, and 10 seconds adrift of another 4-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel. Then there was China, where he took pole, set fastest lap, and won the race. He dominated in China. That was a good weekend as well. Then it was Bahrain. It was mixed up a wee bit. He qualified second behind teammate Valtteri Bottas. Then in the race he got a 5-second penalty for holding up Ricciardo in the pits, and then he ended up finishing second in the end behind Sebastian Vettel again. The Russian Grand Prix, which was a contender for his worst moment of 2017, he had an abysmal weekend. He was so far off the pace in qualifying, meaning he qualified 4th. Then the race, again, he was miles off the top 3, and then finished 4th in the race as well. Then another contender for the best moment of his year was the Spanish Grand Prix, when he qualified on pole position. He lost out to Sebastian Vettel in the start, but it was okay. So and then when the pit stops came along, Vettel pitted first, and then Vettel ended up ahead of Hamilton, but Hamilton was closing the gap after teammate Valtteri Bottas was holding up Sebastian Vettel, until Sebastian Vettel made his dummy move, which was in the top 10 overtakes, link in the description. It's for the F1 channel, and then later on the race, there was a virtual safety car after Van Dorn and Massa collided, and Hamilton chose wisely to pit under the virtual safety car, meaning when Sebastian Vettel stopped a lap later, it was under racing speed. Then on lap 44, Hamilton drove it round the outside and then cruised to his 55th race win. Oh, and who can forget when Vettel and Hamilton were running side by side in Spain? Image will be on screen now. We've already talked about Monaco, so let's go on to Canada, where he dominated the weekend, took pole position, his 65th pole position, to equal the great Ayrton Senna, set fastest lap in the race, led every lap and won the race. And took his 56th win. If that doesn't prove that he's a good driver, I don't know what does. And then there was Azerbaijan, which was a difficult weekend. He qualified on pole, and then he got hit by Sebastian Vettel the side on the safety car restart, for the second safety car restart. And then his headrest came loose. Hamilton fans, click away now. But come back for the next races. It's fine. And then Hamilton could only manage 5th in the race. Now moving on to the Austrian Grand Prix, where Hamilton initially qualified 3rd behind Sebastian Vettel and teammate Valtteri Bottas, but then took a 5-place grid penalty for an unscheduled gearbox change, dropping him down to 8th on the grid. But he made solid progress and finished 4th, and only just finished behind Daniel Ricciardo. And then there was Silverstone, where Hamilton absolutely dominated the weekend. He took his 67th career pole position, he set fastest lap in the race, and he led every lap and took the race win. And also, to make it even better for Hamilton fans, Sebastian Vettel's tyre blew up towards the end, meaning that he closed the championship gap down from 20 points to just one single point going into Hungary. Then there was Hungary, where Hamilton qualified 4th. It was a difficult weekend for him. He lost a few times in qualifying, and he qualified 4th, remained 4th in qualifying. But then in the race, he decided to play a team game. So he passed Valtteri Bottas to try and catch the Ferraris. But he couldn't do it. And on the last corner of the race, he let his teammate Valtteri Bottas through to get a podium for Mercedes, which was a very kind and generous thing for Lewis to do. And I'll bet he has not done that before, and Hamilton finished 4th in Hungary. Alright. Now, this is the point that Hamilton fans have all been wanting. The second half of 2017. Okay, let's go. The 2017 Belgian Grand Prix. Hamilton took his 68th career pole position to equal Michael Schumacher's pole position record, and then dominated, and didn't really dominate the race, but he had a great scrap with Sebastian Vettel and came out on top to take his 58th career win. Okay, now we move on to Monza, where he dominated the weekend. He took his 69th career pole position, taking the all-time pole position record, and then dominated the race and took his 59th career win and leading the championship by 3 points. 2017 Singapore Grand Prix had an average qualifying 5th, but then again the Mercedes doesn't suit the streets of Singapore, and Mercedes actually ripped the Grand Prix off. That wasn't until the infamous Turn 1 crash happened, and then Hamilton ended up winning the race and taking a 28-point lead in the World Championship. 2017 Malaysian Grand Prix took a 70th career pole position, but then lost out to Max Verstappen by over 12 seconds, but extended his championship lead to 34 points. 2017 Japanese Grand Prix, we've already explained. Go back earlier in the video. He extended his lead to 59 points. All I'm going to say, he won, took a 71st pole position in the process. 2017 United States Grand Prix. Took his 72nd and last pole position to date. And then in the race, he took his 62nd and last win to date. After Sebastian Vettel took the lead in the early stages. Then Hamilton let him destroy his tyres and then just mimic a 2012 move. and then extend his championship lead to 66 points. Mexico qualified third, and despite a rear left puncture on lap 1, he still climbed up the field and finished ninth to seal his 4th World Championship. 2017 Brazilian Grand Prix. He embarrassingly crashed out in qualifying, and then he started from the pit lane, meaning he avoided all of the carnage down at the Senna S, and then he climbed all his way through the field up to 4th. And then in Abu Dhabi, he qualified second and finished second, bringing to end one of the greatest seasons. Bringing to end one of his greatest seasons in F1 history, if not the best. Whew. So there you go. That was Lewis Hamilton's 2017 season, guys. Stay tuned for a Sebastian Vettel F1 2017 season review, which will hopefully be coming tomorrow, on January 7th. Well, it could be today, depends on when you're watching this, but either way, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.